Welcome to Bologna and the global headquarters of Pagani, the company and its mere 57 employees that produce the world's most extravagant hypercars for clients that include Lewis Hamilton. And they've spent the last 7 years developing this, the Huayra. It costs €850,000 plus local taxes.
Wow, look at that. The level of detail is incredible. Look at this little detail here. These nice little leather straps. This is machined. This Huayra badge is machined from a solid piece of aluminium. I mean, it's just beautiful. Amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing.
It's the most talked about hypercar of the century.
I want one. I really want one.
And I've been invited into the heart of the company for an exclusive insight into its unique technology, its secret production processes, and most importantly, its top speed. In 1999, Pagani released their first car, the 394 horsepower Zonda C12. The Racing R version got Tiff more excited than we've ever seen before.
Oh, I want one! I want one so badly!
The Huayra actually uses the Zonda R's magical suspension, but is otherwise totally new from the ground up, including a twin-turbo V12 made exclusively for Pagani by AMG, the racing arm of Mercedes.
So, just what is it like to live with a car which has got 730 brake horsepower and that's got a higher power to weight ratio than a Bugatti Veyron? Well, let's have a go. Well, this will do 0 to 62 in 3.3 seconds and go on to an eventual 230 miles an hour.
But the Pagani isn't just about going quickly. The company expect the average Huayra owner to be between 50 and 60 years old and not to have any racing experience. So one of the top priorities was making this 230 mile an hour car easy to drive.
You know, it's smooth. The ride is quite fantastic. You know, it's not crashy. The visibility is phenomenal. It's a work of art.
The Huayra weighs just 1,350 kilograms. To keep it stable at high speed, Pagani had to think outside the box. The Huayra has flaps like on a plane. These raise or lower independently to constantly adjust the aerodynamic balance of the car. They also help deceleration by raising and acting as an air brake. This aerodynamic trickery has never been seen on a road car before.
It's some machine, isn't it?
The chassis and bodywork are also out of this world. Most of it is made of carbon fibre. But the central tub, basically the car's spine, is even more advanced.
This is super trick. This is carbon titanium. It's got little tiny veins running through. Well, that's titanium wire. Very strong, very light. But the finish it's Formula One standard.
One of the biggest things that strikes you, quite literally, is the Huayra's gearbox. Its single clutch system is over 70 kilograms lighter than the more fashionable double clutch systems, but it's not exactly smooth.
There is it's a big thump when it goes into gear, almost like a brutality. Interestingly enough, Pagani's customers wanted to keep that, otherwise he would have engineered it out. You know, my first impressions of the steering are, it's beautifully weighted. You know, it's nice and light off the centre line, but as soon as you turn into a corner, it's got this really great, solid, quite weighty feel to it. quite a bit different to the outgoing Zonda in that this is a turbocharged engine versus a bigger, normally aspirated engine which was in the Zonda. Mr. Pagani knew that there's no way he could disguise the turbo noise, so what he tried to do was to try and enhance it. And listen to this. Ready? I think he's gone a bit overboard with it, to be honest. Too much wastegate, too much induction pressure noise. I'd rather hear mechanical pistons going up and down and the roar. There is no mistaking, though. It is so quick.
The Huayra is noisy, aggressive and massively fast. But also refined, comfortable and airy. Pagani have managed to make this 730 horsepower monster easy to drive on the road. But I can't wait to see if that's compromised its ability to bend the laws of... It's the most talked about car of the century. The Pagani Huayra. On the road, it's phenomenal. Before I unleash it on the track, I've been given unprecedented access to Pagani's top secret factory. Luca Venturi, one of just 57 Pagani employees, is going to reveal for the first time how this £1 million hypercar is made. The first step is forming the car's carbon fibre body and chassis. Each Huayra is made of 240 separate pieces of carbon fibre, many of which are woven with Kevlar or titanium to give extra strength.
It's like tailoring, you know, it's like making a suit. You know, they cut all these panels out and they all fit together.
The car's structure is made of different layers of this carbon fibre cloth, bonded together with resin. Each piece is shaped over a pre-formed mould.
What part's that?
This is one of the biggest parts, the bottom of the central tub.
So this is upside down at the moment.
Yeah.
That's where you'd sit in. This is the floor. That's where the fuel tank goes.
Yeah. And this is a very manual process.
Yeah, very labour intensive.
Yeah.
Once all the layers have been bonded, each part is wrapped in plastic before air is sucked out to create a vacuum. This removes any bubbles between the layers of material and helps the resin set.
I've never seen this before. He's got a little tool here where he's looking for leaks in the bag, because this is a big vacuum bag, so he's looking all around here for little... And basically that's a microphone with an amplifier and some speakers, so he just goes round and checks there's no leaks, because the vacuum effect is really crucial to the process.
Each carbon fibre part has now been formed, bonded and vacuum packed. Next, it's baked to set the resin.
So this is the pressure cooker.
Yes, of course. This is the autoclave.
Yeah.
We cook every single carbonium parts and carbo-titanium parts in there. And we have many different sizes. And this is actually the smallest part we have in the Huayra, and takes 1 hour cooking. This one.
And so the tub, what would the tub be?
The tub is the biggest one we have, and it takes 7 hours.
Okay.
6-7 bars of pressure and 130, 160 degrees. Yeah.
Cook a lot of pizza in there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Once each part has been cooked, they're joined together to form the car's immensely rigid but light structure.
In total, it's 200 kilos. The bodywork, the
all
tub,
of this here is 200
all of
kilos.
this. Yeah, maybe this is the same weight of us after Sunday lunch.
I don't eat that much. No.
The engine is delivered to Pagani's back door by AMG in Germany.
Right, well, this is just pitched up. This is the brand new engine, AMG 6-litre twin turbo. Turbo side on this side, one on the other, intercoolers on the top. For some lucky customer. Wish it was mine.
The baked shell, engine and suspension are mounted to a chrome molybdenum frame. the same stuff that nuclear power stations and oil rigs are made of.
You like it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a racing car.
The story behind the engine is very interesting because when we first talked about with the EMG what kind of engine the new Pagani will have, they proposed us a very small, very powerful V8. And we went to our customer and said, what do you think if the new Pagani has a V8? They said, no, we want a V12 engine. So they said, okay, but for fuel consumption, emissions and everything, we have to make it with turbos.
This commitment to giving customers exactly what they want is one of the reasons why the Huayra has a 3.5-year waiting list. The final stage is the fitting of the interior. In total, a Huayra is made up of 4,000 separate components, each designed to be as light and elegant as possible. The interior parts are milled from solid pieces of aluminium. Unbelievably, the nuts and bolts alone for the first prototype cost €90,000.
This here is the largest bolt on the car, and all these are personally tailor-made out of solid titanium. To give you an idea, I mean, this weighs, it doesn't feel right in your hand because it probably weighs like a small, tiny bit of plastic would. It's beautiful.
Horacio Pagani, the company founder, takes his inspiration not just from motorsport and his experience of working at other car companies like Lamborghini, but from inspirational artists such as Leonardo da Vinci. His company are interested in aesthetics as much as they are power.
It's just such a beautiful thing. And in fact, they're using technologies now which are just like the F1 teams are using today. €1 million is a lot of money, but it's arguably the best car in the world.
Just 20 of these masterpieces will be made each year, and all that's left for me to do is to take this incredible machine to 200 miles an hour.
175, 180. Oh, you fighter! Welcome back to Fifth Gear and the most talked about hypercar of the century so far, the Pagani Huayra. Let's see if this near £1 million motor can join Fifth Gear's exclusive 200 Club.
Only 2 cars have ever hit the magic 200 mile an hour in Fifth Gear history. The Noble M600 and the Lamborghini Aventador. To find out if the Huayra can join this elite brigade, the car has been flown to our high-speed private test track. Even with a 3-mile runway normally reserved for space shuttle emergency landings, topping 200 is tough. You're not so much driving as fighting a battle against physics. Tyres can overheat. Small gusts of wind can knock you sideways. Mechanical components vibrate to within an inch of their lives. Your perception of distance becomes distorted. When I hit the brakes, I should be doing nearly 100 meters a second.
So there's various different settings with this car. I've got it in sport mode, obviously, but I've elected, because I've not done a practice run, I've elected not to turn all of the electronics off because, if I'm honest, I'm not too sure what it's going to be like. And it's quite nice to have a layer of cleverness when you're going to do 200 mile an hour, which is exactly what we're going to do. So that's 100 already. 140, 150, 60, 75, 80. 200 miles an hour. Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm a bit twitchy. I don't like doing 200 mile an hour in road cars. We did it there. Oh, you fighter!
As I launched, the car's active wings lifted to give me more downforce as I accelerated, increasing traction. As the speed shot up, they sank back down to decrease drag and boost acceleration. The net result? 0 to 200 miles an hour in little more than 30 seconds.
I tell you what, doing 200 mile an hour does weird things with your head. I'm a bit slightly fuzzy now with the concentration. Deary me. I'm amazed how noisy it is in here. Not engine noise, but surface, tyre, wind noise is extraordinary. It's huge. There's no doubt that this machine is at the top of the hypercar Premier League. It's in Pagani Huayra territory. But what excites me most of all is that under all this carbon fibre is the same suspension from the magical Zonda R, which was basically a racing car.
The Huayra's forte should be cornering. Its carbon fibre structure is enormously rigid, giving the car's suspension the support it needs to perform at its best. And let's not forget how little the car weighs.
1,350 kilograms. Unbelievable. You know, that gives it, incredible performance, but what it also does is it makes the handling razor sharp. Here we are, we're doing what, 120 mile an hour now. Let's see what this corner's like. 120. And it just doesn't roll at all. It's amazing. You know, the change of direction on this thing, even at 100 miles an hour, is breathtaking. You know, it's composed, it's balanced, it rides the road really well. Gives you confidence when you drive it. It's got a really nice kind of departure rate, and what I mean by that is when it does let go, it lets go really progressively. You can just feels like a racing car.
The Huayra's grip is so immense that its AMG engine has been built to withstand up to 1.7 G.
I mean, that's a 100 mile an hour corner. Never been round it at 80 and anything else. I wouldn't be surprised if this car will accelerate from 100 to 160 faster than most cars will from 0 to 60. The power is extraordinary.
The Huayra is an incredible achievement. The attention to detail, the engineering, and the thrill it gives you are in a different league to any Ferrari or Lamborghini. We've just got ourselves a brand new hypercar benchmark.
I think this is an even greater machine than the Pagani Huayra. It might not be as quick, but is the ultimate expression of how thrilling a road car can be. Nothing comes close. In my opinion, that is the greatest car on the planet.